Fuck out of here, fool.
This is where you come to be locked in a conversation. Facts, news, opinions, debating on all the latest. Won't say that we the best, just mention us with the greatest. Even words you heard before gon' sound better when we say it. Got my ear to the streets, but my eye to the sky. I look up at the clouds, I'm thankful to be alive. Every day's a special guest, I'm thankful that it arrived. I've been blessed by the best, if you know him, you know the vibes. I've been out here chillin' with my co-G Dylan, who got his own opinions. I let him tell you what is it. Out here kicking more for less, and you don't really wanna miss it. So subscribe to the channel, leave a like with every visit is 10.
What's going on? What's going on? We're back at you once again. We're in the new year, episode 38. You know what I'm saying? Happy New Year to everybody. You know, it's the DJ 1011 Showcast. I'm your host, DJ 1011, with my co-host,
G Dylan.
What's going on, G-Ball?
Man, same old same. Happy New Year. Made it through the holidays.
I know, made it through the holiday, man. We should have been back a little sooner, but you know, life be lifing.
Hey, man.
You know, be lifing. So we here. We had some cold. It's cold in the motherfucker,
Ooh,
man.
Lord.
Man, it was nice and cold.
My car did everything but just say go back home.
It was whining, wasn't it, man?
It was whining, just throwing codes and all kinds of messages popping up and shit.
This weather make everybody whine, man. Anything, man. Your stuff don't want to connect. Your cameras, your radio bells, you don't want to connect. You just want to lay in the house, man.
Yeah, man. Old boil at the house, running so long, and I got heated floors, so it's the boiler running so long to get the rooms up to temp. Damn floor hot as hell. I can hardly walk around the house and shit. I got to put on shoes and shit.
It was nice and cold, man.
Yes, it seems nice like we're getting a little break now, but yeah.
It's like 17 today. That's the heat.
Yeah,
that's the heat wave.
Yeah.
I was just talking to this guy, man. I would have got my car serviced, my oil change. He said his mom them stay in Florida. And they crying about 65 degrees. Like, it's cold out here. He looking like, what? I'll take that right now.
Oh, you kidding me?
Yeah, it's been nice and cold, man. But hey, one guy tried to heat it up, man. We ain't been on here to talk about it, man. He tried to heat everything up. Mr. Cat Williams. What's his name? Money Mike, man. The Boondocks, a pimp called Slickback. What do you think about Cat, man?
Well, off top, let me say this. He one of the funniest cats out there.
No, I know. I'm messing with Cat.
I watch all the specials, man. He a talented dude. He funny. And I'm not going to say that anything he said was a lie. And in fact, I'm pretty sure a lot of it was probably true from his perspective.
Nah,
and people need to bear that in mind, that a lot of this is all his perspective.
Right.
But at the same time, if you winning, and if you on point and all doing all what you said you're doing, why are you so worried about what this shit that somebody else is saying? Why you give a damn? Okay, they been coming on, he been sitting there watching the Shannon Sharp show, and he's been taking notes. And so now he ready to clear the record. But why are you even worried? Why do you even give a damn? And then all the shit you talking about, most of it is 20 years old.
And that's my thing. Like you said, like I like Cat. He funny. All the guys he actually talked about were funny. Only person don't really be funny to me is Steve Harvey, but I still respect his hustle.
Yeah,
Steve Harvey is a hustle.
Funny, but he hustle. Like
yeah, hustle. But I mean, it all people gonna, you know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of our people, they like that shit. They like controversial stuff. And they, oh man, tell it how it is, Cat. He's telling the truth, but I just feel like it's hating. You know what I'm saying? For us to just get on here and try to compare ourselves to Joe Budden podcast, $1 million worth of game, and just be, oh man, look at their cameras in that. It's hating. I don't care how. It could be true. They could be like, yeah, they got bad cameras, but they gonna be like, you still hate. I don't care how you try to look at it. How did that stop you though? You saying these guys might have did favors, sexual favors. I don't know what went on or whatever. It's still hate. How did that affect you? You didn't take it. I took it. why you mad?
Yeah, why you mad?
You know what I'm saying? What you mad about? You
Because
know what I'm saying?
I mean, out of all the people that he talked about and all the people he got beef with, how many of them are more successful than him?
That's what I'm saying.
Kevin Hart, Steve Harvey, Bernie Mac.
I mean, he didn't really hate on Bernie Mac, but Bernie Mac passed away years ago. Yeah. So I think he gave everybody props who was under him.
Cedric the Entertainer.
That's how I felt. Everybody he gave props was under him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Bernie Mac ain't here. You gave props to what's my man name? Country Wayne, Desi Banks. I'm all up and coming people who you know is under you, but everybody who you think or who we would think is over him, he was hating on. That's how I'm feel. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, a lot of it might be true, but what's your point in saying it? If you didn't want the job, G, and I took the job, okay, you can, even if somebody asks you, you can be like, well, 10-11 got the job, I didn't. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and the stuff that he's talking about, and he trying to, they sucking D and they doing this and they bending over and all that. Yeah, all right, whatever. But really what it boils down to is people making a decision to play the game. And that's
exactly.
The game. And that game exists everywhere.
It's been like that since the beginning.
It exists on the job. Certain things that they look for and certain characteristics that they look for. And if you ain't willing to present that, you're gonna have a hard time advancing. And whether it's right or wrong, it just is. Yeah. Sometimes it don't have shit to do with your level of talent in certain situations.
A lot of times it don't.
It don't. And whoever they choose may not necessarily be the most talented, but in their eyes, they the best for the job they need to do.
Exactly, and you hit it right on the head. You might not be the most talented, but you the best. You know what I'm saying? I do gig. When I DJ gig, I know I probably ain't better than. I know I ain't better than Jazzy Jeff. That's my favorite DJ. But they might be like, he more easier to work with. I got a better working rapport with him than Jazzy Jeff and shit. He arrogant. He come in here. I don't know if Jazzy Jeff is arrogant. I'm just making an example. But they might be like, he arrogant. No, this guy's more down to earth. He humble. I can give him suggestions. He listen to me. So I'd rather give him the money. Like, no, I know this guy can throw down, but he's difficult to work with. And that's how it go. I mean, us coming up here, if somebody come up here and just tell you, oh, no, y'all put the camera over here, or you put it over here, you're going to be like, man, we ain't having this mother up here no more.
Yeah, we don't
like, he's trying to come up here and rearrange the whole thing, and we don't need that. We just need you to come up here and talk, bro. We don't need you to do all that. Like,
yeah, we're not looking for a producer.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Director. So, I mean, it's going to always, a lot of it, like you said, might be true, but it came across as hate to me. You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely hating, and it's to me it's a shame because that shit got like within a couple of days, like 22 million. It's up to 50.
It's up to 50 million views. It's the second most watched interview in YouTube history. Second most, and it's only been out like 3 weeks.
Because I know they said like within the first 24 hours, like 10 million, and then like the next day it was 22 million.
It's the second most ever in YouTube history. I don't know. I know the most watched interview ever. I don't know if this YouTube, but it was Michael Jackson and Oprah. So I don't know if it's second to that, but it was Michael Jackson and Oprah. That was number one.
So understanding all of that, man, maybe we need to get that motherfucker on our show.
Oh, maybe we need to hate on some motherfuckers.
Maybe that's the secret.
Maybe that's the secret. But a lot of people don't like that ignorant stuff. What we always said though when we was on here, it might take us to grind a little longer because we doing it way with integrity and shit. Because we know if you ain't got integrity, you can come up fast in this world now.
Oh, yeah.
With internet and all that. If you ain't got no integrity about yourself and all that, you don't care what people think about you can come up faster, but we always said we're going to do it with integrity. We ain't here to do that. And it may make our grind longer, but I'll feel better about myself. I know I ain't hate on nobody. I know I ain't backstab nobody. I know I ain't, you know what I'm saying, I got on. Now I don't mess with G Dillon. Nah, I ain't. I just wasn't raised like that.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
So bottom line, ladies, just so y'all know, Y'all can't look forward to no OnlyFans from G Dillon. I know that's what y'all been waiting on. But hey, look, we just ain't trying to come up like that.
They waiting on your OnlyFans, G Dillon.
No, we just ain't trying to come up like that, man.
But yeah, man. And like you said, I love Cat, man. Cat funny to be. You know what I'm saying? But, he talking about all this homosexuality that he against, and they was with it. And then I seen the dude, and I ain't trying to hate on Cat Williams. I just got to tell the truth, man. Let me look in the camera. I just got to tell the truth, man. That's what me and G come here to do, man. Cat Williams wear a perm, man. He get his hair curled. He wear a perm. That's the first step. We're in 2024 now, G. This ain't 77. In 2024. He wear a perm. And then G Dillon. I seen him on the video. He got nail polish on. So, I mean.
But he called somebody else gay.
It kind of threw me for a loop. Hey, G. It kind of threw me for a loop. I'm like. I was like Mr. Brown. I said to Self said, I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the fuck?
And I'm laughing so hard because I just remember I was watching one of his specials and he sweat real hard.
He flicking his hair.
And so that hair just reminded me of Dr. Hahn and Enter the Dragon when he was jumping, the hair was flat.
Enter the Dragon. Hey, for the young folks out there, Enter the Dragon is a Bruce Lee, a famous Bruce Lee movie. Check it out. And that shit came out late 70s. That's what I'm saying. Ain't nobody wearing no perm, getting your hair curled, and nothing against that. But when you trying to shoot arrows and darts at me, I'm going to shoot that. I'm going to say that. And he ain't shooting it at me, but I'm just saying when you throwing rocks and you got a glass house is what they saying.
Yeah.
And I seen him, he had the black fingernail polish on. I said, come on, man. Now, you talking about some homosexuality. That's, to us, where I come from, you got your hair straightened and all that, and you got on fingernail polish. Me and G gonna be looking at you like, what's up with dude right there? Yeah, not saying we got a problem with you. We gonna be like, what's up with him, though? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, Then he talking about people in the Illuminati. What the fuck is the Illuminati, G?
Man,
what a word?
The Illuminati supposedly is a secret organization that all these high level people who run the world are part of, and it's kind of behind everything that goes on in the world.
Who made that up though?
Man, I don't know, man.
So you telling me these people I'm sure the Illuminati got trillions of dollars. So you telling me if I get a couple million viewed on my podcast, they gonna want me to sacrifice you? How I'm gonna help that?
I guess to me, the part of any of that kind of thinking that doesn't make sense is a lot of these entities out here are in direct competition with one another. If I run this kind of business, you run that kind of business, we can't necessarily, we may get along as gentlemen and we may go to the same club. We were all doing business for our own best interest. So to think that all these cats are just all together and all these big money movers are all together, it don't make sense. I mean, they all have a connection and they all have an ideal in terms of how they live, but they in direct competition with each other in a lot of situations, and all that shit don't make sense. Not to mention, you just can't get that many people to keep that kind of a damn secret.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Can't get that many people to keep it secret like it's a secret society. Not with a million motherfuckers. Shit.
I mean, whether you got to people talk about the Illuminati and people talk about masonry and fraternities and all that.
Secret society.
The skulls, the secret skulls, and all these are organizations that exist, but the power that they truly possess is just way overstated, I think. And then this is the thing. Like people say they secret societies, or maybe there's societies that just have some secrets. And if you go to and then if you ask somebody who who claims that they into their church or whatever, and you say, well, did the board that runs your church?
And they don't tell you.
They don't tell. They ain't telling you what all they talk about.
Yeah.
So they got some secrets.
Yeah, everybody got secrets.
And you not worried about that?
Nah, I'm not. Come on, man. Come on.
So
I'm gonna work my ass off on this podcast. Me and G, we gonna get on, and then now we sold our soul. Cause we worked our ass. That's what it is. You work your ass off. You get these contracts, and you get on, and you get more money than this motherfucker who down here don't want to work. And now, he did that because he an Illuminati. I ain't talking about the work you put in. They just came and knocked on our door and said, hey, I choose you. I want you to be an Illuminati. Nah, I've been working my ass off. I know how to, like you said, play the game to a certain extent, work with people, and now I got these big I'm making a nice living, and now you mad, and now you want to say, I did this or I did that. Man, please.
Well, I got to give you an example. Our guy that's on ESPN, McAfee.
Yeah.
He had a big deal that went on. He had Aaron Rodgers on, and Aaron Rodgers made some controversial statements about Jimmy Kimmel, which to me was out of line.
If it wasn't true. If it wasn't true.
And it wasn't.
Yeah.
And then prior to that, there was something else that was kind of controversial. It doesn't come to my mind right now. Mm-hmm. But then, he's making some statements about a guy that runs ESPN.
Aaron Rodgers made some statements about the guy running? McAfee.
McAfee did.
Yeah.
But you have ESPN, which is owned by Disney, which also owns ABC. So they got a vested interest in Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, he from ABC. Yeah,
right. So, that all of that shit matters. So they can't just have you over here talking shit about my man over here, because we all together. We on the same squad. Whether you want to act like it or not. The difference with McAfee is that's his show, and basically ESPN almost is like renting it from him, and he really doesn't necessarily need ESPN in order to do his thing. I guess probably ESPN helped broaden his platform, but it's rules to this shit, and it's some expectations, and it's accountability. And, if somebody comes and says, well, yeah, we really like your show, but hey, we'd like to sign you guys, but there are a couple of things that we prefer that you not talk about.
Okay.
Or certain people or somebody that we prefer you not talk about. We got a decision to make.
Yeah, decision to make.
And if we go with that, does that mean that we selling out? Or does that mean we making a business decision?
You making a business. Only time I feel like you selling out is when you really feel like you deaf on something. Like, I'm really on this, and now they can make you shut up for money. No, I really mean it. This bigger than money. That's sometimes I feel like you selling out. Like, gee, this bigger than money. This is how I feel. I don't care how much money they offer us. This is how I feel, bro. So if they can make me shut up and offer me some money, that's sometimes I feel like you're a sellout. You know what I'm saying?
So let me throw this out there. In my mind, it's a big difference in being paid to not say something and being paid to say something. Like, there's some things that somebody could probably talk me into that could pay me to
just shut up about it.
To not necessarily talk about. But can't nobody pay me enough money to disparage my people.
Yeah, to basically lie is what you're saying.
Right.
Like,
to
tell us about him, like, nah.
To talk negatively as a whole about black people or espouse things that I don't believe in.
Yeah.
As far as that goes, or as far as anything necessarily, I couldn't just sit up here and tell no bunch of lies.
But that's what I'm saying. If it was something that you speak on weekly on this show about that you really felt about and they ain't want you to talk about no more, would you take that money?
So
you speak about that shit every week on the Showcast.
So all that being said, I think anybody that tells you that there's not an amount of money that they would do something for, they lying to themselves.
We do something like what though? It's always something you want to do something for a amount of money. You know what I'm saying? At least me. I can speak for me. It's some things I would turn down no matter what amount of money. But that's why I say you got to speak on what you're talking about. And
I would say that off the top of my head too. But at the same time, the amount of money that we kind of in our mind, we thinking that amount of money would never come our way to even have to make that decision. But if that amount of money really came your way, you'd have to roll that shit around.
What decision, nigga?
It don't matter. Whatever.
Oh no, it matters to me. I can't speak for everybody, matter. But it matters to me. Some shit I'll turn down. It could be some big money. Some shit I just can't get.
All right, so say give me something that you just would not do or say.
I mean, some shit like you just said, I want to just belittle my people. Like, I don't care how much money, if they be like, man, you got to go on there and be Jason Whitlock 2.0, and you got to hate on him. I just wouldn't do it. Like,
right, somebody go sign you for $500 million for 4 years.
And do what?
To do just what you said.
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't. I mean, because, man, you talk about this all the time.
We do.
And what am I going to do? Enjoy the money by myself? Like, ain't nobody finna fuck with me after I do this. Like, what, I'm gonna just enjoy the money by myself? Even though money is a big entity in this real world we talking about money, it is not the end all be all. Much as it play a big part, I'm gonna enjoy it by myself. Ain't none of my people finna fuck with me no more. Ain't none of the people who I really love, black people, brown people, they ain't finna mess with me no more. So you got $500 million, but I'm on this big yacht by myself or with a bunch of I really know don't like me. They only fuck with me because I'm making them money. Like, to me, I'll turn it down. That's just me.
Okay.
A lot of people won't.
I know.
80% of people, I believe, or bigger number won't, but I'm talking about me. So what about you, yourself?
Well, I would like to think that more often than not, I would turn something like that down.
More often than not.
You know, But I would be lying if I didn't say to myself that I would roll it.
You're taking into consideration
that I roll it around a minute and I would do the calculus.
I ain't mad at you for doing that.
And I would say I would be asking myself all of those same questions. Like, man, I'm gonna have this money, but damn, I ain't gonna have no damn friends.
Gee, yeah, you know we talk about that all the time.
And like whatever we talk about having resources like that, the first thing we all talk about. When, you know, our circle, the first thing we talk about is the stuff we'll be able to do for one
with
another
your people,
with our people.
Yeah.
So to have it and then not be able to do.
These people finna hate you.
And not
for what you finna do, these people finna hate you. Like, so.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So, yeah, but I mean.
But I get what you're saying. Like, it's a number. People get to reaching them numbers. It's number. People sit back and think like.
Like, wow.
A lot of people ain't got good morals like me. I grew up, my mom, she just taught me good morals like that. Your parents taught you good morals like that. Which, like you said, some money can get me to do certain shit that I wouldn't do for if I wasn't getting paid for it, I would get paid for it. But just say, like you said, they offered me $5 million and we don't want G Dillon on the show, though. I'm doing this because you got me back to even doing it. So I just want to be able to sleep good at night. I just want to be able to feel good. And that's me. I know most people want to do that, but that's me. I'll be like, y'all got to work with me. Y'all got to put him behind the camera to where he going to feel happy or something. Y'all can't just X him out this motherfucker. We got to bring him in and talk to this because I wouldn't even be doing, y'all wouldn't even know me if it weren't for him. Like, he part of this. And vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I was watching somebody, they were talking about, they pretty good friends with Kevin Hart. And so he was asking with someone, well, you know, man, you could have said this, you could have said that, talked about this, and he's like, "Oh man, I can't talk about that shit."
Yeah, just.
and it's particularly in comedy when you talking to people and you putting out ideas and talking. There's a certain level you get to where you would think that it would expand upon the palette that you could expose and the things that you could talk about, and it's actually different. It's actually when you get that big, it's actually stuff that you got to kind of things become more sensitive.
That sidewalk get more narrow. It get narrow. Like you said, the more money you get, the more ads you get in front of. Yeah. You can't do that. You got to realize you want to say, I'm a regular human. You really not. You're really not.
It's more people out there listening, and that means there's more people out there not to like some shit.
Right now, we can say more what we want to say than if Spotify coming over a couple $1 million. Yeah. Now the window get tighter, like, can't be saying that.
We do put a show out and then the phone be ringing like,
and I get that. Like you said, playing the game, because they got business ventures with other people. They might got a business venture with Disney, and that's a family network. They might got a business with this other, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got Similac milk, that's baby. Like, you can't be on here talking about suck my thing and all that. Like, that don't mix good. And you can do what you want to do, like you said, but you can't get my money. Motherfucker, like, I'm just, man, bro, I'm paying you, bro. Right. If you say I don't need your money, fine. We work regular jobs and we be like, man, you got a choice. I don't know if it's a good one if you don't want this position, but you got a choice to turn it down.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing with Cat. You made a choice not to move in that direction. Then be cool with your choice.
Why hate on me?
And move on. Whoever you talking about,
they chose
to move in that direction, and now the first thing out your mouth, they offered to do, they do. Get out, stop.
It don't matter. That's hating.
And even if that is the case, so what?
It's hating. What are you doing? Don't worry about that. Man, I know you and G went for the position at the Breakfast Club. They need a third host right now. DJ 1011, I know you went for it. I know G went for it. What happened? You ain't get it? Like, well, G got it. You know what I'm saying? I guess they liked him better and all that. I'm gonna be like, well, I ain't get it. But you know what G did? He got on his knees. And I like, it's hating. I don't care how you look at it or how you try to make it. And like you said, it might be a lot of truth. I'm sure there's some truth in that. But for you to get in front of millions of people and say that you knew what you was doing. He was trying to make himself more popular than what he been lately. And he did exactly that to controversial and motherfuckers who ain't got shit. But everybody who got something be like, bro, that's hating.
Well, and then,
you know what I'm saying?
It's just like when we were talking about movies and whatnot, and you got some movies that are like hood classics. Yeah. He like that version of comic.
He's in there.
He like a hood classic comic.
Which get me to kind of what else, somebody else we want to talk about, Taraji.
And the audience, and the audience that Kevin Hart is reaching, and that some of these other cats are reaching, it ain't even in the same ballpark as what Cat Williams is doing. And when your audience is limited, your ability to profit off of that is limited as well.
Your money is limited.
And I'm sure he's doing quite well because whenever he put one of them specials on,
I'm sure he's doing well. Money wise, I'm sure he's making more than us.
Yeah, I'm quite sure. But within that, it's certain things that he can talk about, and the limits that are on him in terms of what he can talk about in front of an all-black audience is way different than when that audience expands to a much more diverse group of people.
Gotta have that versatility, man.
Gotta be, it's different.
Gotta have the
it's gonna be,
versatility.
there's some things, there's some things that a diverse audience ain't even really gonna understand the context of what it is you're talking about. And there's some things that a more diverse audience, it's gonna be people within that audience that are gonna be offended by some of that.
Yep.
And so you got to make trade-offs.
And then they throw the word around like here industry plant, like they put him here. But two things about that though, G. If a motherfucker don't like something, they just don't like it. I don't care how much you try to plant it. I don't care how much you try to make me like it if I don't like it. And then another thing, they gonna plant and help me because they like me. Because I'm a good dude. So I could be less talented than this dude, but you be like, you know what, 1011, I want to help. He a good dude. So we going to do what we can to, that's basically what you saying the plan is. Yeah. But he a good dude. We ain't just taking no mother off the street and we know he an asshole or bum and trying to make him a plant. We taking people we know, good dudes, which what we saying going hand in hand. They always talk about what difference it make. If I got into it, it make a lot of difference because I'm trying to build a brand here. We trying to build a 1011 Showcast. We trying to build a brand here. So if somebody go out and really kill somebody, a producer or a cameraman and all that, and we trying to build this wholesome brand, we gonna be like, bro, we gotta let you go.
And that
you know what I'm saying?
That argument is crazy to me because it's making it sound like, well, they put him out there, but he ain't really funny. But every time you see him, people laughing. So that's like
you can't make nobody just.
That's like they talk. That's like they say. They talk about how in the music industry and particularly rap music, how the record companies pushed, gangster rap and all the violence and whatnot in rap because it's so. But yeah, they may have, but with none of that shit sell if it ain't had no good beat.
It wasn't, man.
You know what I mean?
You can't sell it. You can't push off nothing just because you want to push it off to 10 million people. It just don't work like that. At some point, they got to be like, damn, dude, kind of interested in this shit. At some point. And like I said, that part, that's one. And then two, if I am that mean, if they are trying to help me, that mean I'm a nice dude. They like me. Like, they trying to help me for a reason. Because I'm a good dude. Maybe you need to take some pointers from that. That don't mean I did no sexual favors and did no homosexual stuff. Or that don't mean I'm kissing nobody. No. I just know how this go. I know you got to treat people good to get good. That's how I feel. You got to treat people good to get good. You can't just shit on people and think we're going to give you $1 million contracts. Monique found out the same way. You going to always find out, man. Like, you think you bigger than the game is what we call it? Ain't nobody bigger than the game. And yes, it's a game. It's a game.
Absolutely.
It's a game. You want money? If you come up here with me and G Dilla, we making money and shit, you got to come in here. You got to follow our rules. I don't give a fuck if you don't like it or whatever. You going to be like, man, I need that money. They paying me good. I got to get it. Or if I don't want the money, I ain't got to go back. But right now, these are the rules they got. You got to come in here. You got to do this. You got to do that. You can't smoke in here. You can't do this or drink in here. And them the rules G Dilla and them guys. Well, they be drinking or it don't matter. I don't give a fuck. It don't matter. You can't do what I do, brother.
And then it comes down to something like, we talked about how many millions of views that it got. And, like, I don't really have any value for or appreciation for just some. Like, the only thing I want to hear Cat Williams do is come on to be funny and shit. Like, to hear him come on talking shit about all that. That's just not appealing to me.
Nah, you like me. That's because you ain't a hater. If you a hater and you ain't got much, it feel good to hear you tell brother who doing something down. Like, yeah, man, you see what I mean now? Like, you saying that because you ain't got shit. A motherfucker who really doing good, they ain't agreeing with that. Trust me. Yep. Motherfucker who really doing good for themselves financially and taking care of their family, ain't too many of them agreeing with that. We had... Like we were going to go into Taraji P. Henson. She was crying about how she felt she was underpaid. What you think about that?
Well, like, I heard her talk about, the fact that she's a very accomplished actress, award-winning, has been in some good movies and done some good work. But I think you have to understand, and I think everybody has to know what the context is. And is she saying that an actress of a different, is she saying that a white actress with the same level of accomplishment, playing the same type of role in the same movie, that they're getting more money than she's getting? If that's the argument, then that's a fair argument.
I don't know if she put color on it.
She's saying that because she's accomplished, that she should make this kind of money, regardless of what the work is, or regardless of what the movie is, or regardless of what the part is.
You could never go regardless, though,
because she's talking about like she was in Benjamin Button.
Yeah,
very good movie, very popular,
great movie.
Made a lot of money. She played a role that was very critically acclaimed in the movie. Did some good work, but at the same time, ain't nobody go see Benjamin Button to go see her.
No, they went to see it for Brad Pitt.
And that's just the bottom line.
Originally, they went to see it for Brad Pitt.
And you know, like Empire. Everybody loved Empire. But when you compare the numbers, that Empire falls in that category, a hood classic.
Yeah, I like Empire.
Yeah, I didn't go lie. I never watched.
No, I watched Empire. Lucius.
But when you look at the numbers that Empire did, and they were great numbers.
Lucius and Cookie.
But when you compare those numbers to the high end sitcoms, Seinfeld and Friends and The Wire, and even The Wire didn't do no great numbers.
It did numbers afterwards. It
kind of picked up afterwards. So, you know, it's all the numbers game, and yeah, there's a movie gets approved to be made. There's a certain budget to be made. We got the stars. We got the second level actors. You know, the people who, you know, in order of appearance, you know, on the screen. You know, the stars go first and all that. And yeah, there's a scale, you know. And you don't start getting that big money till you on that level, and people are coming to that movie to see you.
You just got to put numbers on the board, man.
You know, and then people talking about Proud Mary. Proud Mary was cool, but it really wasn't that damn good.
It wasn't blockbuster, man.
And it wasn't no blockbuster movie.
Like you said, when we talking about blockbuster, we talking about, like you said, Transformers, Fast and Furious, Independence Day. We talking about like real blockbusters. We ain't talking about some, like you said, like Baby Boy and shit. And I love Baby Boy Friday. But like you said, them like hood classics, like that we love and shit. But we talking about like blockbusters.
Halle Berry ain't complaining.
No, Halle Berry been a Swordfish and Monster Ball. And I hated Monster Ball, but it made money. It had Billy Bob Thornton in it. Her in it.
Big money.
And people went to see it because of Halle Berry. Halle Berry was a super sex symbol. She was big at that time. So, I mean, people come to see it.
Vivica Fox say she good.
Yeah, Vivica Fox said she good. A lot of people got mad at her, but she was in Independence Day. She was in Kill Bill. Them like
she did like 3 Kill Bills.
That was like major movies. And Taraji, I ain't saying she don't deserve that, but I'm just saying when you go to fight for it, and they tell you, why should we pay you this? You got to be able to bring proof, man. Yeah. You got to be able to say, if we get, they say Spotify or Apple say 1011 Showcast G Dilla, 1011, why should we pay all this? We say, well, we got 200 million streams, such and such. They can't argue with that. You can't argue with the fact.
Like I said, if she's saying, or if the argument is that she's getting less money than a white actress would get playing that same role, doing that same thing, and I'm down with her.
That's an F, though.
You know, I'm down with her. So I think some more nuance needs to be added to the discussion.
Yeah.
In terms
why
of
you
these
think
numbers,
you should get that? Yeah.
In terms of, you know, what people get paid. You know what
I mean, when I get gigs and shit, people do the same shit. I don't, like we said earlier about Jazzy Jeff. I ain't gonna get the ticket he get. I just don't get that. He was on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He was on TV on the millions of people every week and all that. He done did big gigs, he did festivals that I ain't did. I could be like, well, I could do the same thing he do. What? Tell me what have you did though? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Man, he was Will Smith.
They won the first
DJ,
Grammy.
They won the first Grammy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it don't matter how much you think you might be more talented than him. And I might be. You never know. She might be more talented person. But you got to put numbers on the board, man. Michael Jordan, they hold Michael Jordan thing and all that over LeBron now because he champion when it mattered. He got 6 championships. That's all they ever say. And that's what they're going to come down to. They're going to be like, you can say G music garbage. That motherfucker sold 155 million copies. Like, I don't give a fuck what you say. That motherfucker sold 155 million copies. You think it's bullshit? They talk about Hammer now. Oh, man, nobody listen to Hammer. Hammer ass sold a lot of motherfucking records. Vanilla Ice sold a lot. You can't erase that.
Yep.
Hammer had a $30 million house. off music. Like, you can't erase that.
Yep.
You could talk about it now in hindsight. Cause they try to talk about Vivica Fox in hindsight, like she wasn't that type of person. She was then. Y'all talking about it right now, but if you want it, you can't erase that. You can't erase that. Like, and I feel like Taraji deserved that. Cause I love her action shit, but you gotta be able to get black and white, man. When we get to talking about that, G, you gotta produce, man. You gotta produce black and white, man. You know what I'm saying? If you a lot of us in relationships, if we get to like narrowing it down, like, damn, this motherfucker really don't bring no value to my life. Like, I like this motherfucker, but if you want to get technical, like, you feel like you deserve $30 million on my empire, why you feel like you deserve that? You know what I'm saying? You won't be able to justify that. You know what I'm saying? So I always me and one of my homies say, like, she done made a free meal to Taraji P. Henson. Just get you a crew together, produce you a movie, and let's see what type of numbers you do.
Yeah, and I think
that's what you do.
I think as much as she has worked, she has never really gotten like that big break,
that role, yeah,
that big role in that big movie playing opposite another.
Do I think she deserved that? I think she can do it.
Oh,
yeah, I think she can do it. Yeah, I think she can do
it. And
but thinking you deserving it, actually getting it, that's too.
Because I don't think, in spite of her having some of these complaints, I don't think like she's been like somebody who's hard to work with or none of that.
Nah, she ain't really because they tried to say she was like bash over, but she was like, I didn't really bash her because her over was like, it was the other people higher than me. Like, it ain't just me that doing the movie. It's a production company and shit that's not mine. So she did clarify that. Nah, I ain't never heard she was difficult to work with or anything like that. And I ain't, like you said, I ain't arguing her gripe. Like you said, like, but you want my money, you got to prove it. You know, just like a young lady fucking with you or me, you be like, what make you think I should pay your mortgage or something? Like, why? You gonna ask her that, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty. You gonna be like, nah, they ain't gonna get it, baby. You know what I'm saying? Ain't working. It's a lot of pretty motherfuckers out here. That's not finna get it.
I like to go talk about she in the grocery store shopping and the dude flirting with her, and he need to pay, if he gonna be flirting, he need to pay up buy the groceries. Oh, really?
Okay. Because I'm flirting with you? Nah.
Yeah, all right, good luck with that.
That's not enough to justify it.
Yeah, you came in by yourself and you leaving by yourself.
Especially if I'm already a millionaire. Come on now. Which a lot of them producers are who make them big movies. You know what I'm saying? So, I wish Taraji luck. You know what I'm saying? And you just got to keep grinding, man. And you believe in yourself, turn down some of them roles.
Yeah, she need to get him like some of that Marvel shit or something.
Yeah, you got to turn down some of them roles. You offer me $2 million? Nah, I don't want that. I'm gonna go get more than that. Like you said, ain't nobody force you to sign a contract. I always say that in sports, anything, a regular job like I have, or me doing a gig, ain't nobody forced me to say I'm finna do this party for $500 and shit. You did that. Like, can't nobody make me do it. I could be like, nah, I'm straight on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, she kind of strike me as an actress who just kind of been like right on that edge, on the cusp.
I agree with you.
And now she's kind of getting older.
She know that time getting limited, so she get frustrated.
Yeah,
you know?
her window is closing, and she never got like that big break, that big.
She need 2 of them movies for $10 million to pop, and she probably be like, "I'm good." Like she need 2 of them, but she always and that's how it is though. Everybody can't go, man. Everybody can't beat Michael Jackson. You know how many motherfuckers strive to beat Michael Jackson or Beyonce? It just ain't gonna happen. You can be pretty, you can know how to dance, and I can't tell you why. It just don't work out like that sometimes. You know, you can mess with a lady, G. You can be like, damn, she prettier than her. She got a bigger ass than her, but I like her right here. You can't even explain it. Like, we vibe better. It just worked like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it just worked like that. Everybody can't be superstar.
Because I mean, don't get me wrong. I like pretty women.
I hope you do, motherfucker. Don't be looking at me.
My wife is a good-looking woman, but that just ain't the whole picture.
Nah.
You know, and I've probably gone out with women who a lot of cats, I thought they were attractive, but other cats may not have thought so.
Exactly.
But we was cool and we vibed and, you know, we could hang out and was fire to me. I'm good. And all this foolishness, it just comes down to what people perceive as value.
Exactly.
And what they think is valuable. And I think women need to understand that all that hair and the crazy ass eyelashes and the big fake booty and all of that, first of all, that shit fade. You know, because what's it gonna look like? You're 60 years old with this big fake ass hanging off the back of you, looking crazy and whatnot.
Giving you back problems.
What's that gonna look like? And you know all of that. If that's your lead, if that's all you got, you ain't got much.
Nah, you ain't got much when it's all said and done.
You know, it just ain't.
You ain't got much. It's just like an asset at any job, man. It's like when they get to crunching them numbers and crunching them employees, what do G do? You gonna say, well, G know how to run the camera. G know how to work the switchboard. G know how to do whatever you need to put him at. And what do 1011 do? Well, he know how to get on the mic and talk it. Like, that's all he know how to do. We can get somebody else to do that now, too. Like, when they get the crunching numbers. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's time to show and prove. And, you know, Taraji spoke on this, so now it's time to show and prove. Like I said, take a couple of your million. If you got that, I don't know what you did with your money. You made it, but take a couple of your millions. Shoot your budget. No, you know, you can't shoot what Fast and Furious costs because you don't have that budget. But you shoot your money, and for the budget, we're going to see what the numbers do. And then there you go.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
And like right on the heels of her talking about all of this and how much, you know, she got to pay this person and her team. And she I'm looking at something, she talking about like, she just built a new house and she put it in
see that.
She put in this special spa and she put it in this.
She said that?
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't see that part.
I'm like, which is cool, but you know.
Oh, she far from was broke.
She doing all right.
She far was from making crumbs. I guess she felt like she just said she deserved more.
I want to see.
But she wasn't making crumbs.
I want to see her get all that she's worth.
Oh yeah,
you know.
for sure.
But I don't know. Sometimes
you can't.
Sometimes it just don't go like you want it to go.
You got to justify the money, G-Ball. You know, they said that about the WNBA. You know, I'm gonna tell my girl, not anybody. Like, oh, why they don't pay them like they pay the NBA motherfucker? They don't make the money like the NBA motherfucker. Yeah.
Like
you can't just get on the money just cause.
Like the path would normally the path would have been for her. Like, you know, she's done all these good movies, did The Hustle and the Flow, she did this and did that, and they were all good. And then she get the Benjamin Button, so she playing opposite Brad Pitt, who's big time. And then she has a real good performance in that, which she did. And then normally, like right after that,
but like you say, you hit a ceiling.
It's when you like, you know, that next movie's like, it's kind of more you.
I'm right
like
here on the cuffs.
Like for her, that next one was that Proud Mary shit, and it was.
Yeah, you hit the ceiling. I mean, everybody.
Everybody
can't go, man. Everybody can go. You could be the finest brother in the motherfucking room. You could have the motherfucking 6-pack. You can look good. You got the motherfucking smooth hair. You gonna get a motherfucker coming here. You gonna be swollen in you. You know what I'm saying? His hair gonna curl a little bit more. You gonna have green eyes. The motherfucker gonna be like, damn. You gonna be like, I can't compete with that shit. Like, he top athlete in the high school. Yeah. I really can't compete with that and shit. You know what I'm saying? So
I think though, one thing about her is that she's skilled enough that she'll really be able to carry.
Nah, Taraji a motherfucker.
Taraji. Because she's a great actress.
Hell yeah, Taraji a great actress.
And I hope that she can just like get that big pop and really get her money.
And you might not never get it, but you got to realize, like, bro, I made millions doing what I wanted to do.
Yeah, I say that all the time.
You know how many people want this job, and we know who she is. They know who she is worldwide. Everybody can't get to them over, like we said, Halle Berry status and Julia Roberts status. You just can't. That's why they name is synonymous, because everybody can't get to that. They stick out.
And
you know what I'm saying?
And I get it, because, man, you've had discussions about, and setbacks and how you felt like things should go and the disappointments that come.
I feel like I should
that.
be further than I am right now. Shit.
Right, and sometimes you got to just kind of sit back, and just kind of take a look at the overall picture.
Could be worse.
And when you step back and look at it, and really kind of look at how far you really have gotten.
Oh yeah.
And then you kind of
nigga, we just stayed in studios, one bedroom. I done had raggedy ass
you
cars.
You do the comparison to
I
how other people
public
live.
Transportation. Yeah. I done had where I couldn't buy a steak. I can buy a $200 tomahawk now. Hell yeah. You get to looking at that shit. I do. Some people never appreciate, but I look at shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the stuff we here talking on now, this costs money. Even though you get to a point where at first you ain't making no money from it. You just spend money in hopes of making money from it. You know what I'm saying? Then you make money from it, you get some bigger equipment. I mean, that's how it go, man. That's how it go. You can't just, you gotta crawl before you walk, man. Walk before you run. It just don't work. And then you gotta walk before you fly. I might not never fly, but I got to walking. Some motherfucker never was able to crawl. They stayed on their mama's lap. Like, this motherfucker could never crawl. So that's how you gotta look at shit.
Yeah, my girl, she gonna be all right though.
Oh no, Taraji gonna be all right. Taraji gonna be all right. But we just gotta. And the money you do get is something else I want to talk about. When you do get money, and the older I got, the more I learn when they tell you like it ain't about how much you make, which it's kind of like you can make a lot. It do mean at a certain point, but it's about what you do with it. It is really about what you do with it. Because the older I got, you know what I'm saying? You be like, damn, my mama got money all the time. Even though she'll tell me she ain't got it, she'll wind up giving it to me. Shit. Well, the older I got, I realized you got to manage your money.
Oh, yeah.
You got to make investments. And because we going to get old where we can't work and move around no more. And, man, you want to have money. You want to have money to where you ain't got to live. You ain't even got to live. I ain't even got to live good as I live now. But if I can, you know what I'm saying, be decent, pay my little bills, you know what I'm saying, get around, buy me something to eat, I'm good. I'm a simple man. You know what I'm saying? I'm a simple guy.
The best advice that I ever heard concerning that was you got to make decisions in your life. Wants versus needs.
Yeah. Assets and liabilities. It's the same shit.
And, you make a certain amount of money, you got to decide what, you got to basically write it down. This is what I need. I got to pay. I got to have roof over my head. I got to have lights. I got to have gas. I got to have food. I got to have gas for my car.
You got to have that.
I got to have my transportation in order versus eating out a lot versus going on vacations versus movies and entertainment and all of that. And you gotta balance that, because one thing is for sure, however much money you making at this point, it's an art. You go up, and then at a certain point, when you reach a certain age,
they're gonna plateau,
and you lose the ability to work as much as you've been working. You're not gonna be making that kind of money, so you got to you have to decide how you're gonna offset that when you get older, and hopefully stop working, and retire.
So, what is some of your suggestions to the people out there?
And
as far as how you feel, because everybody's shit is different.
Because I've always seen people and seen families who make a lot less than what I've made in my life, but who are able to live a lifestyle where they all right, but they're still able to save and be all right. My suggestion is this: you gotta put yourself on a budget. You have to make hard decisions, and you have to decide how you want to live at the end. Now, if you say to yourself, "Man, I want to get mine in right now, I ain't gonna worry about that." Okay, but understand what that means.
So what happened when
you're gonna be working till you damn near drop
Yeah,
dead.
because some people be like, "What if I don't live to that? What if you do?" What if you do live till you 85, 90 years old, motherfucker? You ain't what you gonna be like? Damn, I ain't think I was gonna get this far. Now you fucked.
Like Mickey Mouse say, if I had known I was gonna live this long, I'd have took better care of myself.
Exactly. Yeah. He definitely did say that. So you always got to think. I always try to think. Now I try to think like 10 years ahead. Like the last 20 years of my life, I try to think like 10 years ahead. Before that, I didn't think like that. I did think in a moment, and that shit kind of cost me, got me behind the 8 ball and shit. So, you always want to think like ahead because you don't know what life holds, man. Maybe you don't, because a lot of people don't live to see that. But I'm like you, G. You got to try to you got to want to know what you want to have in life, and you want to work. Cause like you said, your health, it's gonna fail all of us once you get to a certain age.
I'm reaching retirement age, and I still feel pretty good. I'm still able to get it in, but getting tired, and
it gonna fail you.
And I look at my financial situation, and I'm all right, for the most part. But I do have the understanding that I could have done a lot better. Oh, yeah. And I could have made some different decisions.
If I would have knew what I knew 20 years now, I'd be finished right now, man.
I was married before, and that I kind of took a little hit then, and just different stuff that happens. And like my financial advisor, he was like, dude, he keeps assuring me, he's like, man, you
straight.
He's like, you all
for
right,
the average,
man.
You better than the average person.
He's
for
like,
sure. I know that.
He's like, you be all right.
You better than the average person.
He's like, I said, yeah, but I had to do this. He's like, man, you ain't no different than anybody else.
You better than the average person.
Shit happens. He said, imagine being in that same situation and not having that money.
And my
he
mom,
said, what does that look like for you? He's
my
like,
mom
man.
would always tell me that when something happened to your car, like, just be happy you had the money to fix.
My pop used to say the same thing. He's like, dude, you be complaining about the wrong
you gotta be lucky you had the money to get them tires when them tires went out. Some motherfucking shit, they had one flat and they costed up a year.
Man,
they can't fix.
I just be carrying. I'm like, I be barking about I have to do this and have to do that. My man be like, so you had it, huh? Yeah, I had it. He's like, then what you complaining about? I'm like, man, you know what? He's like, hey man, look.
But for you,
that's the way it goes.
I try to tell people though, but for the hair luxury, you gotta have grind, man. It just don't work like that. People be wanting the luxury without the grind. People get scammed all the time because they think it's a rich overnight scheme and quick overnight. Don't nothing work like that. You gotta put in effort. You gotta hustle. You gotta grind, and that's just how life work, man. It don't work. You know how many times I don't want to get up and do stuff, but I got to do it because I know this life I want to live, like you said, G, and I don't want to work till I'm 80 years old because I know my health, it ain't going to be to where I can get up and work, but I just don't want to do that, so I rather put in the grind now. I wish I would have knew this 20 years back so I wouldn't been behind the 8 ball, but I'm still appreciative because like you said, I still can go out. I can buy me a tomahawk steak. If I want to buy me some champagne or something, I could buy that and I can still pay my bills. So I'm grateful.
And people need to realize, like, it don't take like no big crazy amount of money. Like if you start saving $10, investing in like a 401.
You think you 18? Yeah,
$10 a week.
Yeah, you think you start saving when you 18?
$10 a week. Well, that's $520 a year.
At 18, 19.
And you start at 18, 19 years old.
Yeah.
With compounding interest.
You do that 25 years. You want to be shit by 45 years old.
You're going to be sitting on a nice chunk of money.
And that probably ain't the other thing you got going. So, yeah, I try to tell young folks out there, I'm still young. I ain't going to say I'm like old, but do the right thing with your money, man. Make good investments. Don't try to do these overnight schemes and shit and let people scam you. Tricking your money off on jewelry. You know, I got little stuff I wear here and there, a nice watch but that shit don't mean nothing, man. That shit don't mean nothing. When you get old and you get broke down and all that shit don't mean. a goddamn thing.
My papa always used to tell me it's about managing your vices. Yeah. And like you talk about jewelry. Now I wear some jewelry.
Yeah, we both do.
And I had to tell the truth to the people out there. Like the jewelry I wear, it was either gifts or inherited. Like I've never been like no jewelry buying guy. Yeah. Nah, don't get me wrong.
You like it?
I like it.
Yeah,
don't get me
like
wrong.
it.
I got stuff that I spend money on. You know, I buy plenty of albums and stereo equipment and tools.
But even then,
I enjoy working around the house. So I mean, I got.
But even then, you still got that in check though.
Yeah.
Cause I look in books plenty of time. I like sounds and speakers, but I look in books plenty of time. I be like, damn, that motherfucker look nice, but I ain't finna buy that. I don't really need it. Cause what I got is always serving the purpose. So it ain't like every time something new come out, I'm upgrading. Every time.
Hey man,
you know
because the stuff that like the dream stuff that I want. Man,
nigga, I know you want that Porsche.
I walk in that house with that shit. It's gonna be a problem.
It ain't even that. It just ain't justifiable.
And I tell you that all the time.
It just ain't justifiable.
Like I want a
nigga, you want that Porsche?
I want a bigger TV.
Yeah,
but I can give me a bigger TV, but
I mean, have you really wanted that bad? I know you'll get it. You know what I'm saying?
But it just for what it ain't. First of all,
I know you hustling. You ain't really watching TV.
I'm working so much.
You ain't watching TV. That's what I'm saying. You hustling so much. You really ain't watching TV. Like you said, I've been wanting me a Benz, a new Benz forever. You know how long I've been wanting me? That shit been about 12 years. And then, I still ain't got it.
And then, like, high-end cars. I like them. They nice. But, you get that Benzo, that S-Class. Get you an S420, an S500, say.
Ooh, the S500, that's what I want.
And me, personally, if it ain't an S or an E, I ain't really fucking with it. Like I don't like C-Class.
You see what I said? I want the S500.
Yeah.
I want what the president ride in, motherfucker.
I ain't messing with it. So.
Oh, yeah, if I'm going to go big, I might well go big.
But it's all-wheel drive, like them front axles.
Automatic.
Yeah, man, that stuff. You get money, you got to replace like that for some of that front transmission shit. That shit $8,000-$10,000 a pop. So yeah, you get it, but a lot of times people get it, not understand.
Can't afford it.
You see people like on Instagram, like the girl took her Lexus in, and they was doing like the regular service. It's like $2,100.
Yeah, you can't.
Really to change the air filters, to change the cabin filter.
And not to say that you can't get some of that shit. Not to say I can't get some of that shit. I just feel like I'm looking at the back end. I'd rather have this money. Because that car going to depreciate. We know that. Like, I'd rather invest it or I'd rather just put it up for when I get older. I don't want to put it in no car. That's just me. I ain't saying I can't get the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That ain't what's on my list of what's valuable. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. I ain't finna pay, like you said, $2,100 for a service for a car. I don't feel like, and if you feel like that's valuable, that's you. But, like what was that? I'll see you 20 years from now. Keep thinking like that.
Oh, yeah.
You live, I'm gonna see you 20 years from now.
Man, like my pop, he was he liked cars and he liked changing cars.
Yeah.
Have a different kind of garage all the time. Sometimes he get a new car every now and then, but a lot of times he find a nice used car that he like. He get it, have it for a couple of years. That was his thing. But he started out in his life way early, understanding that about himself and structured his financial life.
He had more knowledge than the average person
to deal with that and make sure that happened. Plus,
and that's your reward. You reward yourself. Yeah. You're supposed to reward yourself. But like you said, the way I be thinking now, I be looking like I'm looking more on the back end. This how I want to live. It ain't got to be no super rich lifestyle. I just want to be comfortable. I want freedom, man, to where I got to know if I want to lay in this motherfucking bed, these little bills I got going to be paid, and I ain't got to really worry. That's all I want. It ain't got to be a big mansion. It ain't got to be a Ferrari. I got a nice car out here, G. It ain't all beat up. This motherfucker gonna start once I go out here and hit this motherfucker. These bills paid. And I can lay in this bed all day and watch football if I want to.
Oh, yeah.
That's all I want. You know what I'm saying?
Have options.
Yeah.
Like where I live right now, if I never live in another place in my life, I'm good.
That's what I'm saying. And it's
I'm
paid for you. And you really got
comfortable.
it. Yeah.
I got enough space. It ain't too hard to take care of.
You ain't got no bunch of kids.
I ain't got no bunch of
big
kids running
family.
around,
So.
But I kind of feel like at some point I'm gonna be in one other place. Probably get a downsize, get a condo or something.
Yeah. I feel like that with the cars. Like what we just said. I feel like I might get 2 cars more. Unless we get them big contracts or something. That's different. I ain't saying if you got the money now, don't buy shit. Cause I'm gonna buy the shit. You see me? You see G pop up with that 911 Porsche? You better believe, say them niggas got paid. He ain't buying it. He ain't just buying it just to be buying. He gonna be like, them niggas got paid, and I ain't talking about regular. He got paid when he bought that Porsche. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna get it, and I'm gonna have the 1011 Showcast. I can cross the back of it. And
1011 Showcast bought this. Like for real. I always tell people, you see me with certain shit, you gonna be like, that motherfucker got paid. He ain't just bought that. Yeah. Like we said, that 500 bands. You see me with a brand new one, like, this motherfucker got paid. Don't let them tell you nothing else. I'm telling y'all this. Don't let them tell you nothing else, man. I ain't got no money. This motherfucker got some money.
Hey, because I swear to God, I don't want to be the dude, get the nice car, and then the first time something go wrong with it, it's just sitting in front of the house.
Can't even gas the motherfucker up. It take premium, motherfucker. Can't. You always got a quarter tank in tank.
I know people that did.
Oh yeah,
I know people that did that.
I done seen that.
They got the nice car and they get cheap on the gas.
When the Navigators first came out, I grew up with this dude. He bought a Navigator when they first came out. He gonna keep gassing that motherfucker. And then they had gas money. You get in that ride with him, that motherfucker be, man, what you got on the gas and shit. But he ain't had gas money. That motherfucking truck was nice, but he broke in the motherfucker.
And that, back
and that was a while ago.
Gas was $4.25.
Yeah, and that was you got to put premium.
Cost $150.
Yeah, you got to put premium in there. You can't put nothing else. You had to put premium in there. So, hey, just learn about what's important to y'all. Like we said with Kat, Taraji, the money you make, investments. Just learn what's important to y'all out here. You know what I'm saying? Stop hating on each other. Stop hating on each other. That's all I say. Like, if it didn't work for you and it worked for G or it worked for me, don't be getting on that law. Oh, he did this and that. That's hating, man. I don't care how you try to look at it, how you try to dress it up or whatever. No pun intended with the dress, but it's hating. It's hating.
Yeah.
So I mean, I ain't here to say much more. Something what you got to say, G-Ball.
Oh man, my usual. Love yourself, love one another. Treat everybody like you want to be treated. For all of those undergoing this Midwest cold streak.
Yeah, it's cold.
Hey man, don't play with it out there, man. Put them clothes on, man.
Well, our mama know you to say you had to try to look pretty and shit without no hat on your head and all that.
Cute, man. I've been seeing these people stand on these bus stops in the morning, man. They got on a sweater and a hoodie and whatnot. Hey man, you better put on your long drawers, cuz.
You just told the dude we know that. He tell about you like, man, where your clothes at? I'll say like 7 miles away. You say, yeah, them motherfuckers break down to 6 miles. You gotta walk that last mile and a half.
That last mile will kill you.
I guarantee you gonna be frozen like the bum of the snowman right at the door. They gonna be like, this motherfucker didn't make it. So yeah, take care of yourself. I agree with you. You take care of yourself. You love yourself. Everything else will fall into place, man. So I know that because I love myself and I didn't love myself at time, but I love myself overall and stuff fall into place. Love yourself, take care of yourself, everything will work out, man. With that being said,